Okay, good afternoon everyone. For today, I am going to present to you the tournament that I created since we are tasked to create our own tournament. So, I am assigned to the game soccer. So, before I will go further with my presentation, let me first define what is soccer. So, soccer is a game played by two teams of 11 players with a round ball that may not be touched with the hands or arms during the play except by the goalkeepers. The object of the game is to score goals by kicking or hitting the ball into the opponent goals. So soccer is a kind of a game that the ball should not be touched by the hands or arms during the play, but it is by the means of kicking or hitting the ball into the opponent's goal. So soccer is known to be the most popular game around the world. So what is the reason why soccer is known to be the most popular game around the world? So because they have a great time being played in which has helped develop soccer culture and a tradition that has been passed generation to generation. So let's go down to the history of soccer. So the word soccer comes from the use of the term association football in Britain, goes back 200 years ago, but record trace the history of soccer back more than 200 years ago to the ancient China. Greece, Rome, and other parts of Central America also claim to have started the sport, but it was England that the transition of soccer, or what the British or me other people around the world call football, into the game we know today. So from association football to the word soccer. So let's go down to the name of the tournament I created. So the scope of my tournament is barangay, so I name it after the barangay where I live. So Barangay Inayawan Soccer Tournament. The next is the date, so August 8 to 21, 2021. So it is a 2 weeks range game. The next is the venue, Sitio Malipayon Football Field. The next, let's go down to the venue. So the venue, Sitio Malipayon Football Field. Then the actions that I am going to do or to take in making the venue ready for my tournament. Then first is check the accessibility of the venue. So as tournament manager, I should check the venue if it is accessible for my players or for the players. So like for example, if my players are Inayawan residents, then ang venue is naa pa sa Abiliana, syempre lisod jud nila pag-access ang venue. So kinahanglan pa nila og mo travel, so it would take time. Unlike if ang venue sa Inayawan ra, then ang player sa Inayawan rapod, so it is accessible for the player, so mas dali. The next is check the capacity and its minimum. So I should check the capacity and its minimum. And like for example, if there is a place nga sakto para sa audience, then sakto pod para sa mga players and other officiating officials. The next, check the ambience, service, and amenities. So I should check the amenities and the services that is given or that is available in the venue, or unsa pay laing gi-offer gawa sa venue, or unsay pwede nga magamit ni mga facilities nila para ma-check pud nako kung unsay kuwang or needed para sa other nga mga things nga i-set up sa venue. The next, if the venue is ready, we should clean it, then lay out para sa duwa sa soccer. The next, install or set up the needed equipment. So as I check the amenities and services, so you as a tournament manager, pag check di mo, makita ni mo unsay kuwang or say needed, then with this, imo lang i-install ang mga kuwang or unsa pay kinahanglan nga gamiton. The next, make it ready for the game. So of course, after installing and making or putting the things that are needed para sa duwa, imo na siyang i-ready para magduwa or magsugod da ang duwa. Let's go down to the participants. So around 8 teams consist of 11 players. So, 8 ka team na ay 11 ka, manduduwa ay. Then, exclusive only for Inayawan residents. So, players nga mo appeal, kinahanglan nagpuyo ra gyud or naara gyud nagpuyo sa Inayawan, dili na mo gawa sa lain nga barangay. The next, all men players ranges from the age of 16 to 30. So, pangidaron anaa sa 16 hangtod sa 30. The next, open for all professional players o non-professional. So, welcome mo appeal ang tanan as long as 16 to 30 ang edad. It's either maayo siya mo duwa og soccer or gamay ra ang iyang knowledge sa soccer as long as he or is willing to play the game or ganahan gud siya mo appeal sa game. So, actions that I am going to do in making the participants ready. So, as players, they must be resident of Inayawan. So, one of the requirements. The next, each player or teams must at least know how to play soccer. So, mao to kong giingon ganina, at least knowledgeable siya nga moduwa og soccer. The next, the entry forms of each team and its players together with the requirements must be compiled. So, before the game, the requirements or the needed papers nga kinahanglan ipas sa mga players dito sa officiating officials before the game dapat naka-compile na or kompleto na. The next, as players, they must stick with their uniform numbers. So, kani as players, dapat inig sa ilang uniform dili sila pwede mag-ilis-ilis, dapat stick ra gyud siya diha kay aron dili maglibog ang mag-record also with the referee. The next is each player or teams has at least knowledge to the rules and regulations on how to play soccer. So kanisad one point is that as player naasad at least naa kay knowledge kung unsa ang mga rules and regulations sa soccer. I have also here the sample of a poster. So, mao na siya akong gamiton sa pag-distribute or pagpahibaw sa public nga dunay mahitabo nga soccer tournament. So, pwede ni siya himuon into paper nga ipanghatag. Then, pwede sad siya as invitation. Then, pwede sad siya is kanang ipaprint gani nga papel dayon idikit sa coral, sa mga bungbong, inana gani. Muraog ka ng election sa imana. Then, I have also here the entry forms para sa duwa sa ako ang tournament. So, Barangay Inayawan Soccer Tournament, August 8 to 21, 2021, City Malipayan Football Field. So, address F. Haka Street, Inayawan, Cebu City. Here is the information of the team manager, then the team coach. Then next is the team name, then under, then the tournament date, then the players' names. So 11 kabuok, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So here na nakasaad, I accept full responsibility on behalf of my team to fulfill all the pictures for the competition. I accept that once pictures had been confirmed and terms allocated, I cannot withdraw until a replacement team has been found. I agree and abide the rules of the competition, and my players age 16 are over. So manager signatures, then date. Let's go down to the events. So by August 8, 2021, so it is Sunday, by 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., players must be gathered na for parade. The next, by 8:30 to 2 p.m., it is the opening ceremony. So, first is the prayer, then national anthem, then message address by one of the barangay officials or the barangay captain itself. Then, next is the presentation of the muses. So, the next is by 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. It is the scheduling. So, the announcement of the schedule kung kanus ang magdula ang tagsa-tagsa ka teams. Then, let's go down to the schedule. So, by August 9 to 15, it is around 7 days. So, it is the elimination round. So, since there are 8 teams Kada usa ka adlaw adunay upat ka duwa nga mahitabo. So ang first round na sa alas 7 to hangtod sa alas 9 sa buntag. So since ang range sa time sa pagduwa sa soccer is around 90 minutes. Then if there is a tie, ma-extend siya gamay, so maong tag 2 hours ang range sa oras nga kung gibutang. Then the second round is around 9:30 to 11:30. Then the third round is 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Then the fourth round is 2:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. So sunod na siya from August 9 to 15, so 7 days straight, tag-upat-upat ka duwa sa usa ka adlaw. The next is the quarter round, so it is by August 16 to August 19, 2021, so 2 games per day. So the first round is around 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then the second round is 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. The next is by August 2021, so tulo ka duwa usa ka adlaw. So first round sa buntag alas 7 hangtod sa alas 9 sa buntag. Then second round is 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Then the third round is 2 p.m. by 4 p.m. The next is the finals. So it is by August 21, 2021. So the last round, so mahitabo ni siya sa hapon by 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Then paghuman sa duwa, mao na dayon ang awarding. Next is the type of the tournament. So it is a round robin type. So consists of 8 teams with 11 players. So the name of the teams gikuha ni siya sa mga sitio sa barangay. So 8 sila ka buok. So that is why my participants, or one of the requirements of my participant, is exclusively be the residents of Inaya 1. Then also the reason why, as I am making my venue ready, I check if it is accessible for the players to go to the venue. Kay og layo ang venue, mas hassle sa mga players. So here, this is the elimination round. So since 8 sila ka buok nga team, ang number sa wins ani is 7, except sa imuhang team, so walay labot sa imong team. Then ang losses po is 7. So like for example, by round 1, 2 versus 1, so tuyok yun siya tanan. Ang 1 magkontra sa 8, ang 1 magkontra sa 2, ang 1 magkontra sa 3, ang 1 magkontra sa 4, ang 1 magkontra sa 5, ang 1 magkontra sa 6, ang 1 magkontra sa 7. So tuyok hanton mahuman siya. Mao ni siyang sa usa ka adlaw na ay upat ka duwa nga mahitabo nya. Sunod ni siya from day 1 hangtod sa day 7. So this is the elimination round. So by elimination round, ato ni siyang i-score. So pananglitan, for example, ang sitio Isla Verde, which is the number 4, is ang number of wins niya kay 7 or 6. Then the next is 5, then 4, then 3. So by elimination round, ang mataktak ani nga mga teams upat ka buok. Upat ka buok ang mataktak ani. Then let's go down to quarter round. So since upat na lang ka buok ang team nga nahabilin, like for example here in my graph is Sitio Malipayon, Sitio Isla Verde, Sitio Cactus, then Sitio Lomboy. So pariha ra gyapon by day 1 magkontra ang 2 versus 1, then 3 versus 4, then maura gyapon round robin ra gihapon. Like ang 1 magkontra sa 2, then ang 1 magkontra sa 3, then ang 1 magkontra sa 4. Mao sad ang 2 ug ang 3, ang 2 ug ang 4. So sa usa ka adlaw adunay mahitabo nga duha ka buok buntag ug hapon. Consecutive na ang day 1 to day 3. So mao na ang quarter. The next sa quarter, ang mahabilin ani ang matagak nga team usa na lang ka buok. So ang highest win ani is 3, then ang lowest pod is 3. The next is the semifinals. So ang semifinals is tulo na lang ka team. So mao gihapon round robin. So ang 1 magkontra sa 2, ang 1 magkontra sa 3, then 2 versus 1, then 2 versus 3. Mao ra gapon. So in a day, so kaunon na rin niya by usa ka adlaw, so tulo ka duwa sa usa ka adlaw since semifinals na ni. So kanang first round by morning, then second round by morning to udto, then third round by hapon. So then by semi-finals ang matagak ani usa ka team, which is automatically mahimo siyang third. Then ang by finals ang magkontra duha na lang ka team, so ang makadaog ani is may mahimong winner, then ang mapildi mo ay automatically mahimo siyang second. So in a day usa ra ka duwa mahitabo. So ang nasa kong graph is 1 versus 3. So Sitio Isla Birdie nga team og Sitio Malipayon may magkontra sa end. The next, let's go down to the committee. So first is the tournament manager. So Dalisay Udias. She is responsible for all the planning and developing our work plan, assigning tasks to the committee members to ensure that all aspects of the tournament are covered. The next is the assistant tournament manager. So Irish Takulod. Assess full-time staff in tracking and registrations and players' associated eligibility requirements. Assess tournament staff with one-side tournament responsibilities. The next is the team coordinator. So he or she is the one that coordinates operation, production, exchange with competing teams, coordinates players' personal improvement programs, serving as liaison to different life skills coordinator, serves as liaison to compliance office, coordinating completion and maintenance of compliance record. The next is the program coordinator. So he or she is the one that design or layout or determine the deadline for all the things in the program. Update tournament field map, coordinate printing of program, determine content of the program, coordinate with public relation coordinators for list of the donations to be in the program budget estimates. The next is the communication and public relation coordinator. So he or she is the one that market tournament throughout the surrounding area. So notify area newspapers or radio. The next is the safety coordinator. So he or she is the one who is responsible to secure medical personnel to be on the site at all times while there is play, develop emergency plan to send people to shelter in case of dangerous weather, secure necessary medical supplies, alert local hospitals of tournament dates and possible emergency transport, provide for injury transport needs and equipment. The next is the scoring. So she is the one or he is the one who is responsible to collect scorecards and keep scores updated online or offline at soccer field. So learn tournament software for scoring. Then next is the award coordinator. So he or she is responsible to select awards, secure appropriate number of awards, plan and carry out award ceremony, identify staging area, coordinate with referee coordinator, posting of score, budget, estimate and the list of volunteers and times the volunteer coordinator. The next is the finance coordinator. So he or she is responsible to collect, analyze, and report on financial data and databases, documents, and presentations. So, verify, schedule, and prepare transaction information, create, process invoices, accounts, and payments. The next is the scheduler. So, he or she is responsible to work with directors, registration, referee coordinator on team placement, learn software before game and schedule games during tournament, including reschedule due to weather, provide schedules everyone on the committee that needs one. So next is the sponsorship coordinator. So he or she is responsible for able to use, or he or she is responsible for the implementation of sports sponsorship plan, arrange for receipt of money, identify potential sponsors, update sponsorships as needed, approach potential sponsors, and follow up leads, contact previous sponsors, ensure all promised promotions are in place, maintain list of sponsor with addresses and phone numbers, ensure club newsletter sent to the sponsors. The next is the field and crew coordinator. So he or she is responsible for creating field maps, signs, oversee field growth, secure field liners, secure supplies needed to paint fields, maintain all playing fields during tournament, ensure that all fields are properly stripped and set up to specifications, make sure fields are ready for play at the beginning of the day, and corners flags are brought into the end of the day. The next is the referee assigner. So he or she is responsible for securing for referees, develop referee schedule, maintain official scores and standing, work with field marshal coordinators on collecting and posting scores, communicate effectively with referees, fair referees at the end of the tournament. The next is the volunteer coordinator, where there is volunteers. So he or she is responsible to secure volunteers for all areas of the tournament based on the chairperson's said needs. Keep track on those members not volunteering or paying supply. Volunteer list to areas that have volunteer scheduled, master list of the volunteer to director. The next is there are people who is the there are people that volunteer. So mao ni siyang mga tao nga motabang pod sa uban nga officiating officials. So next, let's go down to the equipment. So these are the things that are needed in playing soccer or in officiating soccer. So first are the things that are needed for the players. So first is the soccer cleats, the shin guards, the soccer socks, then the uniform, of course, then the gloves, then the sock tape. The next is the things that are needed in the field. So first is the soccer net, then the soccer ball, then the scoreboard, then the whistle, then the watch, then the flags. The next, let's have the resources. So before we will go to the estimated budget, let's have first the resources. So where does the fund came from? So asa gikuha ang kwarta para gasto sa tournament. So first is the barangay funds per sport. So kasagaran ani ang pundo nga allocated para sa sports. So mao ang kasagaran project sa SKI. The next is the donation. Like for example, one of the barangay officials will donate his or her resources, like for example cash or snacks or anything that is useful for the game. The next is the sponsor. So I have here examples, like for example Nindas Kakanin, the Ellis Online Shop, Lolo Ritz Barbecue, and Keepels Halo Halo. The next, let's go down to the estimated budget. So first is the fields. So the venue is free ra ang venue, then it would cost zero, nothing. The next is the facilities. So wala ta gabayad sa venue, but gabayad ta sa facilities sa venue, like for example the kitchen, the dining area, the CR, and other facilities and amenities. So as estimated, there are 8 teams times 11, so equals 88 plus their coaches, then the officiating officials and the barangay officials and the volunteers. So estimated is around 130 people times 250 per head, in total of 32,500 pesos. So next is the equipment. So these are the things that are necessary for the soccer game. So first is the 3 soccer balls. So it would cost 700 pesos each. Then 4 soccer nets, cost of 495 pesos. Then the record sheets budgeted as 500 pesos. So in total of 3 times 700 is 1. Then 4 times 495 is 1980, in total of 4,580. The next is the food and snacks. So there are 12 days of snacks. So the morning and the afternoon from August 9 to August 20. So there are 23 games. Then 35 people. So these are the officiating officials and also the volunteers. So the 20 pesos is for the soft drinks or the liquid. Then the 30 pesos is ang pamari sa soft drinks or sa liquid. So in total of 50 pesos. So 35 times 50 equals 1,750 times 23, in total of 40,250. Then next is the water supply, which is 3K. Then the lunch. So there are 12 days nga na ay lunch, since paspas ang dagan sa duwa. So kinahanglan og papanidtuhon ang mga officiating officials, like 35 times 100 PHP, 100 pesos ang 100 pesos ang budget per head. So equals 35,000 times 12, in total of 42,250. So it would cost in total of 85,200. The next is the officiating official. So we only hire 3 referees. So per referee is 2,000, along with all the games cater sa 2 weeks, in total of 6,000. Then the prizes, the trophy and the certificate and the cash prize. So the trophy is estimated 3 times 250 equals 750. Then the certificate, which is 500. Then the cash prize, which is in total of 22,750, in total of 23,250 in all. The next is the other fees, the rent of other lacking equipments. Then also kung napay mga nakalimtang nga mga ginagmay nga pamaliton. So in total of extra is 3,000. So in total of 154,530 pesos. So ang estimated budget of this tournament is around 155,000 pesos to 200,000 pesos. So next, let's go down to the August 21, 2021 happening. So first is the 2 remaining teams magduwa, then para sa finals for the declaration of winner or for the declaration of champion. Then after the game, musunod dayon ang awarding. So the awarding ceremony, so the prayer, then the national anthem, then the message. One of the barangay officials and one of the officiating officials will give message. Then the giving of awards dayon. Then her is the award. So first prize would be Trupi and 10,000 pesos. Then the second prize is Trupi, then 7,000 pesos. Then the third prize is Trupi, then plus 5,000 pesos. So that would be all, guys. I hope you learned something with my discussion about how you are going to create a tournament, especially in terms of a soccer game. Thank you.